Okay, Coach Freeze is here and ready, and we'll start with the questions. We'll start right side, front row.
Hey, Coach. Michael Bronner at WNSP in Mobile. Building a program is obviously a process. Through 2 off seasons and 1 full season, how would you grade that process so far?
I think I'll be ready to judge that after this season. I do believe we've improved our culture, our chemistry, and our roster. Most places, I think it takes you 2 full recruiting cycles to really get your roster like you want it when you inherit a program that was down. That's been my experience. But I've also, every place we've been, I think we've seen improvement in year 2. And so I know that we're on the right track. We're recruiting at a high level, so is everybody else. But we're recruiting at a high level, and the standard and accountability and culture is getting better, and the chemistry is among the staff is better, which is breeding confidence into our players. So I think we're on the right track. But what does that mean in win-loss total this fall? I'm not sure yet.
Left side, front row.
Coach Freeze, Corey LeBounty, Mobile, Alabama, WNSP 105.5. Talk to us about the importance of the Mobile, Baldwin County recruiting area. I know Bryce Kane, Perry Thompson coming in on the offensive side of the football, but that I-10 corridor, especially Mobile, Baldwin County.
Yeah, you're in our state, so you know that I'm very transparent. And prior to us arriving, we were getting our teeth kicked in down there. And we're changing that, and we have to. We've got to get our share in our state. There's a lot of good football that's played in that area, and they're always going to have some players, and we've got to win our share of battles there, and so we've made it a priority for sure. And let me say, I said this in the big room, and I don't know if y'all listen to all that or not, and I hate to double talk or whatever, but I have never come early to a media day, ever. I don't know of any coach that would, because I don't know, we were of this mindset that say as little as you have to and see as few people as you have to and get out. And we had the Auburn Dallas club meeting here last night, and it made no sense for me to fly back home and then fly here this morning. And so I came in a night early and really wasn't quite sure how that was going to go, but me and Lee Van Horn and our SID went to get something to eat, and dang, the first thing that happens, I have this group of people run up to me, and they were the Chamber of Commerce from Opelika, and they just won the national award, so congratulations to you guys. I hope that gets out somewhere. But then one by one, you media guys that saw us would come and visit with us and talk, and man, we sat there for 3 hours last night, and then I say, it's time for me to go to bed, and I come in, and then a group of Alabama media caught me out here, and we sat there and talked for another hour. And I just appreciated that. It was nothing about ball, or we told stories and recruiting stories and lake stories, fishing stories. It was Eric Church stories. It was, but anyway, I know y'all didn't come to hear that, but I do appreciate, I know you have a job to do, and I get that. You got to tell us when we're screwing it up. But, you know, last night for a period of 3 hours, it was kind of nice. Everybody was just human, and thank you for that.
Left side, second row.
Hey, Coach Olivia Whitmire with WHNT up in Huntsville. Your starting kicker, Alex McPherson, he's very popular in our neck of the woods. After spending an entire season with him now, just kind of what can you tell us about what makes him so special and what you've seen development-wise from him over the past year?
Most accurate kicker I've ever been around. Amazing that he has the strength for the size body he has. It's like some of these golfers that play that they're 120 pounds or 30 pounds, and I think I'm going to blow it by those guys, and they're 50 yards ahead of me, you know. And you know what we need Alex to get healthy. He's battling right now an intestinal issue, and hopefully we get the right advice from the doctors on that get him settled, because he's a weapon for sure. On the other hand, we're thankful we have a great backup too in Towns, but we sure hope Alex. He is so cool and consistent. Hope he's ready to go.
Second row, left side.
Derek Peterson, Saturday Down South. When you've had young players that have come in and filled roles for you right away throughout your career. What are some characteristics that have been common amongst those players, and do you see some of those same things with Cam?
I do, and that's a great question. I've had some really, really great receivers. I think of Laquan Treadwell. He came in and, I mean, just fit naturally. Caught 75 balls as a freshman, and obviously still in the NFL. And we've signed some others that, you know, are in the NFL now, but we redshirted, or they weren't quite ready. And so it's very hard for me to predict, you know, exactly how these young kids will perform against, you know, obviously the DBs in this league are probably the best athletes, you know, on the field when it comes to quick twitch and change of direction and all those things. So how are they going to perform? You know, really pleased with Cam Spring. I think Perry Thompson has the physical tools. You start there for the traits. I mean, do they have the physical size and strength and speed to do that? Both of those kids do. So does Malcolm, so does Bryce. You know, Perry's just now getting with us, but it's really hard to judge, you know, exactly how they'll handle everything. But it starts with a work ethic and a maturity about your approach, and don't think you have it all figured out. Be coachable, and Cam was absolutely that in spring. He wants to be coached. So he's going to play. You know, I'm very careful not to put unreal expectations on them just yet.
Second row, then pass it over your left shoulder.
Cam Durr, WFF 48 in Huntsville. Coach, we've heard a lot this week about how hard road games are in the SEC, but we've also heard how hard it is to play at Jordan-Hare from a lot of other players outside of the Auburn team. So what do you think it is about Jordan-Hare's environment that makes it so difficult, and how exciting is it to be able to start your season off with 5 straight games?
Yeah, two straight years of sellout. We're thankful to our fans for doing that. That they're faithful, they're loyal, they love their Auburn Tigers. And then our student section is the best. I mean, we get there 2 hours before the game, and it is packed already. Everybody wants the lottery to get the tickets to the games they want, and it's wish we had bigger space for all of them to come. But the feeling at Auburn to me is such a and I'm not saying other places don't have it, but I think Auburn is unique in this family feel that they have, and whether or not you all go to the same church or you don't, or you have different beliefs or not, come Saturday, the love for a program and a school trumps all of that, and you feel that at Auburn. And I think that's what makes it difficult. Now, the 5 straight home games, it's not ideal, but at the same time may be advantageous if we can get on a run and get the season started really, really well. That could be advantageous. It's not great for fans at all, because the back and forth, and we're going to ask them to be there, and they're going to show up, but that's not great for that. And then not having a home game at all in October is certainly a challenge. But it is what it is, and we've got to deal with it. But we need to get off to a fast start.
Right side, third row, aisle.
Ike Jones with the War Report. Coach, Jalen Simpson was a big part of what you all were doing from a secondary standpoint, now moved on to the NFL. Who's kind of replaced him as one of the leaders, particularly vocally, in that secondary for you all?
Jaron Thompson, our transfer from Texas, and Keontae Scott they'll be the voices back there. Champ Anthony's another voice that carries weight. But the back end that get us all lined up right, Jaron, we're moving Keontae to corner, so Jaron will have the responsibility of kind of taking over that role.
On the aisle, third row.
Tony Reese, WTV. I'm out of Columbus, Georgia. Coach, 2 questions, if I might. From year 1 to year 2, what's been the biggest transition for you, as well as looking at the East Alabama talent you have and plucking 2 big guys for the future in Townsend McGoo and Cam Coleman, as well as Dylan Gentry and many others? Just kind of, what does that mean for you to really pluck out of in your backyard, essentially?
Well, we want to win the state in recruiting, so whether it's Mobile or whether it's in the Columbus area or Birmingham area, we want to win our share of battles in that state, in our state. So it's vital that we were able to get those two, and those were two tough battles. I mean, for a kicker, that was a tough battle, and receivers, you're used to some of that, but man, that speaks to how good Towns can be. Transition, I think just getting more comfortable. There's a comfort level in our building right now for me that I think is breeding confidence into our players. And, that's, when I walk into the offensive room now, every single person in there, every single person has worked with me before. And it's made it, and I love the energy that Durkin and Charles Kelly and the defensive staff are bringing over there, organized to a T and bring great energy. So it's made me a lot more comfortable.
Right side, third row.
Yeah. Coach Ron Brown, SEC Sideline Sports Network in Memphis, and a lot of proud people in Tate County, Coldwater, Independence, the five-star city, Senatobia. Got to ask you, 2 years ago there were 33 players in the state of Alabama, 22 4-stars, 6 5-stars. Auburn got 3 of them. You've already got 3 of the top 6 in the state. A kid that's from that area is not likely to quit. He can't go home. Your philosophy on in-state recruiting and how important it is for kind of pain is temporary, pride is forever in your home state.
I've been very vocal of how I want to build the program, and it starts with high school recruiting in your home state and border states. And I'm not big on getting on a plane and flying across the nation. And listen, I could be wrong. I don't know. I'm not certainly saying I have the blueprint to doing it, but I would love to build it from our border states and starting at home with high school kids, and hopefully talk them into staying with us and being developed. And, that's a challenge in today's time maybe, and maybe I have to rethink it. But that is the way I'm most comfortable building a program. And it probably comes from what you mentioned at first, my roots in Tate County, Mississippi. And that's what I was taught. You do it through hard work, and you may not be perfect and you're going to fail and all that, but man, you do not quit, and you keep going, and you persevere, and you learn the lessons that are going to benefit you in life. And then relationships matter. I mean, we counted on each other on those dairy farms and in the fields, and if you're supposed to be the dang plow guy, then plow, and then the plant guy can do his job. But I don't know, is that still work today? We're going to find out and see, but that's certainly where I'm most comfortable.
Final question, back row left.
Dan Peck, ESPN 106.7 in Auburn. Coach, what have you seen out of Peyton Thorne that gives you confidence he's the quarterback that can help you win in 2024?
Again, I think it's 2 things. 3 things. I've seen him play at a high level at a Power 5 school. 2, I think in year 2 with us and him sensing the chemistry in the offensive staff room has bred confidence in him. But probably most importantly, I think he feels like if he's supposed to take a 3-step drop right now from the shotgun and throw a curl route, I think he feels confident that he has guys that can win. And when you're not confident on that they can win at the top end, you become really, really hesitant. And your throw's late, or it doesn't go off at all, and now the pressure comes. And those 3 things to me are the reason I'm optimistic for him in year 2.
Coach, thank you very much.
Yep, thank you.